Michael, now your use of equity over the years that you've been growing the Hopkins Group has been different. It's been straight equity swapping most or all of it. So take us through that journey and the different firms you've acquired and what led you on that path to start with.
So I started with myself and my business partner being 50-50 owners. That typical old bull, young bull, he was a little bit older than me. And we had a documented succession plan. And as we did that, the realisation is we wanted the firm to continue. So we needed to bring in outside parties to be further equity holders. But we also wanted to do that to strengthen the business. We had built the business through blood, sweat and tears. And along that journey, we lost good staff because they weren't business owners. Mm-hmm. So we knew we eventually, once we got the business to a certain value, needed to offer equity to lock in those important staff members.
Is it just revenue producers that you look to offer equity to, or was it sort of what you'd call back office or administrative staff as well?
Look, we would offer both. We're becoming multidisciplinary. We would have staff members in head of department roles that wouldn't necessarily be equity or income producing. Mm-hmm. So they are running a team, they're running a business unit, they're contributing to the business. We wanted to lock them in for the journey. Mm-hmm. So it's important to get them on board, even though they're not client-facing advisors. Mm-hmm. So yes, is the short answer.
When you've made acquisitions over time, have you gone out and looked at acquisitions that were available, or have they all been through personal relationships? And by that I mean, did you front up to a willing vendor that was perhaps looking to exit their business and say, don't exit, sell your business in? How's that all happened for you?
That's where, again, you've got to have a dedicated process or system. Mm-hmm. You can't just sit there and hope it happens. Mm-hmm. So we at any time have a large spreadsheet of people that we're looking at, a funnel that we're working through, and we're obtaining that information from chatting to people at industry events, the BDM support, the licensee support, yourself, David, etc., business brokers, the whole works. We're out there. If you don't put dedicated time on it, mm-hmm. it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So it is a full function. We know our economies of scale, when we get a little bit larger, we will put someone specifically in charge of that M&A component, and that'll be part of their role, or that will be their sole role, because you need to do it. It just isn't going to happen.
And it's an interesting thing when you come to valuation, when you're swapping equity, isn't it? Because evaluation is not necessarily the price that someone will pay, and the price that someone's prepared to pay is not necessarily the valuation. How have you gone about balancing that, issue out when you've looked at tucking acquisitions in? You're acquiring my business. I say, well, it's worth this, on these multiples. And you say, well, no, it's not. And I say, well, no, yours isn't either then. Well, how do you tackle that? How's the valuation?
Price is the last discussion.
Right.
There's no point in chatting price at the start. You've got all the things that Paul mentioned before, but the strategic purpose, the value, the culture fit, the reason for merging the groups together. So that takes the bulk amount of time. Mm-hmm. And for someone that is a sole practitioner or a smaller practice looking to join another firm and bolt on, that could be a 6-month or a 2-year journey. Mm-hmm. Getting to know you, getting to understand the business, coming to that decision about giving up control, being part of a larger group, and what are the risks. So the price is the last thing that we chat about. Mm-hmm. And it's not until we've ticked all those boxes and both parties are happy that we'll then sit down and work on a process. And typically let's use the same metrics for both firms. Mm-hmm. And that's part of it. Some people might go, well, mine's more profitable because I do it this way, but you can meet in the middle if there's value for both of us, mm-hmm. and we can come up with something that's reasonable. Mm-hmm. But typically that's around the fact that we do use the same metrics for both, mm-hmm. so that it's a fair and equitable and a transparent process. We want people that are rowing in the same direction as us. Mm-hmm. We're not looking for somebody that's ready to retire next year. Mm-hmm. We want partners to come on board, or principals to come on board, that want to take the business in the same direction that we do and the same outcome over the longer term, which is exactly what Paul said to be. It's a great professional services firm, meeting a need and a goal in the marketplace. And I believe with all the thesis today that there couldn't have been a better time to be doing that. Mm-hmm. It's a very fragmented industry. Having grown up in the law and accounting fields, you can see the potential about where we're going to head over the next 5 or 10 years. And there'll be firms that are setting themselves up to be in business for 50, 100, 200 years. And there'll be firms setting themselves up for sale into the near distant future. And we want to be part of that process. We don't know what the end will be yet, but we want to grow a good business or a great business. Mm-hmm. So definitely what we're looking for is people that culturally are rowing in the same direction as us.
what are the key must-haves that must be there that people need to be thinking about?
It is back to that culture issue again. Are they looking out for the clients? Do they have the client's best interests at heart? Do they want to improve the client's position? Mm-hmm. We fully expect that if there's, in the businesses that we want to acquire and bolt onto us, that there's going to be pitfalls or things that they can't do. Mm-hmm. Hence why they want to merge with a larger firm that can meet those shortfalls. They might have some downfalls in compliance. They may not use technology properly. They may have HR issues in employing and keeping staff and recruiting staff and training them. So we fully expect that. That's part of the sales point is...
It's where the opportunity lies for you both,
I guess. Yeah, and that's a major opportunity for them. Mm-hmm. The major opportunity for us then is that synergy value. They're going to come in with this client book. What are the type of clients? What likelihood are they going to use our other services within the business? Mm-hmm. And therefore, how is our margin going to improve because of that additional benefit? Mm-hmm. So we're not looking for the perfect business where everything is ticked the box already, because it's not going to add value to us or them. Mm-hmm. You know, we want someone that will bolt on, that we can improve their business or meet some of their shortfalls.